Good morning, guys. Coming to you from Cold Degrees, Florida.
Bruh, it's like 40 something right now. It's not that bad. Could be worse.
Okay, so 2016 album recap.
Yeah, pretty much. 2016, I think, was a pretty good year overall, for music, at least.
I mean, for all of the people who said it was crap in all the other areas of life, I would say that music, it actually, it moved a few steps forward.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
So we're each doing two. We're gonna do, each of us have a pop album, a popular big name album that we're choosing as a best. We each have a personal one, and we also have a few honorable mentions to do there at the end. So.
Alright, so my favorite pop album was Dangerous Woman by Ariana Grande. Honestly, I just thought that was an excellent piece of music from front to back. If you want to listen to a really fun album sung by someone who really knows how to sing, you probably want to listen to this album at some point. I think the world would be a sadder, less fun place if Dangerous Woman, the song, was not in it. Other high notes on the album were Side to Side, featuring Nicki Minaj. Track
Semis!
Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm not generally a fan of Nicki Minaj, but I actually somehow think she adds to Side to Side. I really do. There was one song featuring Future, which I also thought the pick for that was really great. Interestingly enough, I thought that song also could have used Drake, and it would have been also very, very good because stylistically it was very much him. But let me tell you, the Drake album that came out in 2016, that can melt steel beams because it is hot. Yeah, the only other song, well, not the only other song, but the other one that I'm going to speak about is Greedy. It's funky. It's just a fun song. A bunch of horns. It got this good, nice rhythm to it. It's just a lot of fun. And that's ultimately what this album is all about. It's well-polished, high-quality fun. And the only thing I would bring against the album is that lyrically, it's shallow. I'm not a lyrics person. 9 times out of 10, I don't care what you're singing about because I'm really only ever in it for the music.
I mean, but that's pop music.
That's true, but particularly because they named the song Dangerous Woman. That's ballsy.
I know. That's ballsy. We wanted the Beyonce swagger to come out in that song.
You know what?
Kind of just, like,
the chorus,
I'm a dangerous woman.
The chorus to Dangerous Woman is something about you makes me feel like a dangerous woman. I'm sitting there like, no, you are dangerous because you are Ariana Grande. You are a strong, independent woman of color out there making millions of dollars. You're dangerous because you're a badass, not because some
you
dude...
don't need no man.
So what was your pick for big albums?
I went the hipster route. I did I Like It When You Sleep for You Are So Beautiful Yet So Unaware of It by the 1975.
That's a Fall Out Boy title.
That is a Fall Out Boy title. It was really, really good. I'm talking first song to last song. That is a enjoyable album to sit and listen to.
Oh yeah.
I would say Love Me. They hit kind of an interesting chord despite it sounding like it needed to be in a Ghostbusters soundtrack.
Yeah.
But it was really good. I mean...
Yeah, they managed to be interesting without being intricate, which I think, there's something to say about
something
that.
To that. They had just massive amounts of success with this one album.
No,
and it was really a breakthrough moment for them.
Yeah, 1975 is still, someone that people know about.
I would say my favorites on that album were definitely She's American and probably Ugh. But there was a sleeper song on that album that I loved so much that nobody else but me liked.
Which one?
The Ballad of Me and My Brain.
Really?
That's one of my favorite songs on that album, if not my favorite. Because that is such an interesting little song. Yeah. It's what would happen if your brain sprouted legs and started running away from you. And he chases his brain around town. And at one point, he jumps on a bus, declares his name, asks if anybody has seen his brain.
That's funny.
It's this great little lyrical journey. It's hysterical to me and so clever. And like I said, in a song where they don't really break new ground musically, I thought it was really cool that they kind of pulled a James Taylor, in my opinion, where they told a really interesting story in a song.
As far as other, less popular groups, my favorite album of 2016 was Set Course to Andromeda by C2A. If you are not familiar with him, he's a guitarist and a writer.
Which you most likely aren't familiar with him, and we know that.
Also true. He's a bit underground. He's a writer of happy progressive metal tunes. He's so much fun.
He's great.
I can't really honestly describe to you how much fun that album is.
It really is. Transient Transistors is...
Yeah, every song on there from start to finish has something that the last song didn't. It's more or less a double album. The first 6-7 songs are all vastly different from each other. And they all feature different guitarists.
Yep. One of them features Aaron Marshall from Intervals.
Yep, the guy from Intervals is featured. Pliny is featured. One of the guys from Human Abstract is featured. It's just a lot of fun, and you get to listen to a lot of great guitar work from a lot of different guys. And he's not afraid to get super heavy, too.
No, he's not.
If you listen to Polyphia or Aaron Marshall with Intervals, or even Pliny.
Animals as Leaders is not afraid.
No, Animals as Leaders is not afraid of anything. They laugh in the face of death. But,
I don't know about that.
Just go all the way down to the lowest string and that's sort of really like short, gent breakdown sort of stuff. And it's wonderful. He's also someone who's not afraid of using acoustic guitars in a metal track, in an instrumental metal track, no less. It's not some angsty Metallica thing where they use the acoustic guitars for 5 seconds to set up what will later be some crushing riff of doom. So all in all, that is an excellent album. And if you want to listen to something that is interesting, fun from front to back, and just a wild ride, I would definitely recommend Set Course to Andromeda.
I agree. That is one of my favorite albums of last year also. Oh, yeah. But because we couldn't pick the same things, I picked something that's almost the same.
Almost the same thing.
I picked Polyphia. It's their album Renaissance that came out last year, I believe March of last year.
I think so, yeah.
March of last year. It's just a fantastic album.
Oh, it's so good.
It is one of my favorite albums to talk about, because Polyphia, even though you could classify them as kind of a progressive type of band, progressive rock.
Yeah, progressive rock, prog metal, whatever.
They never stray into the really genty area of things.
They don't.
With their newest one, the most interesting thing that I discovered about it was they drew heavy influence from pop and hip-hop.
Yeah.
This is a progressive metal band drawing influence from pop and hip-hop. It was done successfully. They took 3 genres that usually do not coexist in any way, shape, or form, and they blended them together beautifully and seamlessly with just absolutely beautiful guitar work on it. I'm talking just some of the most intricate playing you will hear.
For sure.
I would say personally, there were 3 songs on that album where they accomplished the goal of blending those genres better.
Yeah.
They did it well the whole album, but I would say the 3 best were were Crush, Light, and Florence.
Oh, Florence, it's so good.
It's so good. Like Crush, my personal favorite song on that album, begins with this just really great ambient type of synth bell tone.
Yeah.
That just, every time I hear it, I melt a little bit on the inside.
Yeah,
and they slowly build it to this thing where you've got a dance beat going in the background, and kick hi-hat alternation. They get that going with guitar doing the melody, but with synth lines under it doing, rhythmic stuff.
And the funkiest slap bass you've ever heard going on beneath that. one of my favorites from that album was Amore. Because,
oh, that was a good thing. I mean, they're all good. What am I saying?
Yeah, just the chorus, I don't know if you can really call it that, because their music does tend to be a little less structurally accessible.
It all kind of...
So the chorus of Amore, I think, is really great. Just the rhythm and the melody they decide to use for that. It's got this swagger to it. It's like this unstoppable strut that they do across your earbuds. It's amazing.
Yes, the members of Polyphia walk through your ears, and out in one ear, out the other.
Exactly.
And then when they come out the other side, they've left a trail of happiness and joy.
That is exactly what has happened.
If you were watching this because you saw us that we were going to be talking about Ariana Grande and the 1975, you might have gotten to this section and been like,
what the hell is this?
What the heck is going on? But if you made it this far into the video, please check out Polyphia and C2A. They managed to make something that is technical and intricate and but at the same time never goes to a musical place that will turn people off.
Yeah.
If you're here because of Ariana Grande, or the 1975, we beg you on our hands and knees to check out Polyphia.
Yes. So what would your honorable mentions be? What would your 3 or 4 kind of other high contenders?
I think Unmastered, it's Untitled Unmastered, something like that, by Kendrick Lamar.
The Kendrick album.
The Kendrick album that came out last year.
So good.
I think that deserves an honorable. To Pimp a Butterfly came out, I think, 2 years ago now.
Yeah, 2015, I think.
And that blew everybody's socks off with its differentness. It wasn't afraid to go into soul, into funk, into jazz.
Yeah.
And it still sounded like Kendrick.
Oh yeah.
And it was great. And I think he did it again with Untitled Unmastered. Just the only difference is the reason it gets an honorable mention, and I wouldn't go into it quite as far, as because I feel like it was To Pimp a Butterfly, but a little bit of a regression. I didn't feel like it was quite as good.
Oh, that's fair.
Honestly, I don't know if I have any others. What are some of your honorable mentions?
Alright, so I've got 4, because I think 2016 for music is what 2017 will be for movies, which is actually
pretty good,
amazing, because we got a lot of good movies coming in 2017.
We will be doing videos on many of them,
for sure. First one, the Hamilton Mixtape.
Hamilton Mixtape.
Humble opinion, it wasn't as good as the original Broadway cast recording, obviously, but it was still more Hamilton, which means still many more joyous hours of listening to Lin-Manuel Miranda's excellent writing, which is honestly all you can ask for.
Hamilton was good.
That's an understatement.
Hamilton was good.
Others, Red Hot Chili Peppers, my favorite band, came out with a new album in 2016, The Getaway. I loved it. It was excellent. A lot of people are not very happy with the new direction the band is taking since I'm With You. And to be fair, listening to Stadium Arcadium and then listening to I'm With You is a radical departure. But that still doesn't mean it's bad music. I absolutely love all 3, I'm With You, Stadium, and The Getaway. All 3 of those are excellent albums for different reasons. My other 2 are Magma by Gojira.
We're straying into the ones that people don't know about again.
I mean, we are, but let's be real here. Magma was a great album. It was unstoppable and crushing in its heaviness. Final one, featuring the best 3-song section of any album of 2016, is Transcendence by Devin Townsend, because those opening 3 songs are bombastic. They are excellent.
Bombastic. That's a good adjective.
They are overblown, theatrical, crazy pieces of music that are just exactly what you want from Devin Townsend.
This has been our 2016 album recap. We thank you for listening. Next week, we're going to be coming to you with our worst albums of 2016.
God have mercy on our souls.
This is going to be good. Anyway, I've been John.
I've been Alex.
And we are Stereo Input.